Welcome back, Buck Don't Know Shit. Got the welding hat on today because I am going to weld, not just worried about getting my hair dirty. If you think the movie The Notebook is about murder-suicide, then you should like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Today, I'm definitely going to weld something. That is all there is to do really today. Don't have all my parts in to put anything back together. So yeah, before I get called to work, I am going to get started on this. I at least want to get some metal going back in the car. I've already been called twice this week, asked if I wanted to go to work. I politely declined. So, you know, the next time won't be an ask probably. They'll be like, hey, go here, time to go to work. So, damn, I need a haircut too. But anyway, yep, so that's it. Welding today, and see how that goes. This will be fun. Of course, today, first of all, before I weld anything, I got to go around and cut all these shards of metal, you know, where I was cutting. I got to get into a few places like this and do some cleaning. You know, I may have to cut a little notch out of that. Probably get my Dremel tool, square that up a little bit. But that's gonna be the first part of the morning, is trying to get some good clean edges for me to weld to. This side's not bad. This side cut no problem. I'll just grind those, clean them up. The frame rail, I got a little bit of touching up to do, you know, trimming and grinding, make sure all that surface is flat. And I will probably first, I'll get me a little strip of metal and tack this to where it is, you know, level with the back floor pan before I start adding sheet metal back. I will also, you know, any spots like that where I cut, I'll be tacking them up. Under here, I'm probably gonna have to tack these edges up where I've kind of separated the firewall from, you know, this bottom pan here, because I'm going to be going, you know, up to this, and there'll be like 3 pieces of metal there. So I'm gonna make sure this is all sealed up before I put the floor pan in it, because that's definitely an entry place for moisture. And once I get it welded, I'll do a good job seal seaming all that. Probably will try to figure out a way to close up this, because that looks like shit. That's probably going to be a little harder because I don't have anything backing to it. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, play with it. And then the same on this side. I'll tack that back together right there. Tack this strip back down, weld the bottom, you know, and that's going to be last. So don't know if I'll get to actually putting sheet metal back in, but I will be welding, doing some welding today for sure. So time to get started. God damn. Motherfucker. That was a brand new disc. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's try this again. One thing I forgot to do on the other side, gummed up my grinding wheel really bad, and it just, I mean, it still worked, but definitely not as well as it was at first. But all this seam sealer, just make sure you scrape as much of it off as you can where you're going to be grinding and welding, of course, because it will gum up your grinding wheels. It'll come off, but yeah, it'll probably save you some grinding wheels and a little time. Just go ahead and scrape it off. If you have one of these tools, they work great, cheap. I don't know, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, maybe at Walmart. It only came with one battery. That's a bit downside. It doesn't have a case or anything, but it has come in handy. So, you know, I don't know. I'd like to have a more expensive one, but this one does the job, so I'll keep it till it breaks. Rocker pretty clean. Start grinding on this. This firewall's gonna be a little hard. I might have to tack this strip down before I do a whole lot of grinding on that. But just because, like I said, it's a little hard to get to. But yeah, we'll check that out in a minute. Now, I thought this was something from the bird's nest for the Thunderbird, but snuck into the box there. I saw real quick. Not car parts. Oh! All right. Another one of my bad investment decisions. All right. 4070 Ti. Going on that guy later today. I'll probably, yeah, put this online tonight sometime. But, you know, gotta get that 90 cents a day profit. All right, so I got the edges cleaned up. Everything's looking weldable at this point for the most part. I'm gonna tack that strip down and probably do a little cleaning up around it before I weld it all up. Got some rust treatment on this cross member here, just on the inside of the channel, a little bit on that plate there. Gonna let that dry and hit it with some primer. Gonna go ahead and prime inside of it, even though I'm sure it had something in there, but it didn't look like it had any kind of primer or anything before. You see the drain hole, so it is supposed to get water in it and just drain out. Priming that. Gonna go ahead and prime all this. I have some weld through primer that I will use for that piece. I think if you put multiple coats, you're not supposed to weld through it, but one coat and you can weld through it. So this is probably what I'll use for most of these parts while I'm doing the welding. But while I am waiting for things to dry, paint to dry, I need a little bit of metal, which I have sheets of sheet metal, but I know on these pans that I'm going to cut, you know, probably 3 or 4 inch, 3 inches or so of this away. Just leave like a 1/2 or 3/4 inch lip there, and you know, and then I can use this metal for some of these small little patch jobs that I have to do in here. Show you some examples. Need to do a little patch there. Probably go ahead and fill in that little spot there. That might have been all the small patches I was going to do for now. But yeah, that's what I'm going to start on. And once I get that metal cut and the paint or the primer dries on this, when I apply it, maybe while I'm waiting for primer, I might start welding this seam back up here and patch these little pieces in. I also, I needed another strip of metal. I need a strip of metal so I can tack this back level with the rear floor pan. This one I think I can just raise up, hold with vice grips and tack it, and it should be good. So yep, that's what I'm doing, killing time while things are drying. So okay, so setting up my welder. Never done this before. I don't think I don't know. I've messed with my uncle's MIG welder back in the day some. I don't know. If I did, it was 30 years ago, thereabout. But yeah, I got 0.6 millimeter wire or 0.023 inches. It's what came with it. Think it'll be fine for what we're doing. This is a Eastwood, which I know that's not like a normal welding brand, but you know, Eastwood car restoration company. So hopefully it'll work. We'll see. I think it'll be fine for, like I said, what we're doing, the little bit of welding we have. Not an industrial welder, not going to be doing this every day. Likely when I get done with this car, I probably won't touch it again for another year. I don't remember how much it was, $300 maybe, $250, something like that. But I did another YouTuber, Van Houten Builds. He had upgraded to this one actually, and it's what he used. It looked like it worked on his car. So anyway, that's what I went with. And I do have some gas. I think it's 7525 argon carbon dioxide. That I bought from Amazon, and some guy named Hector Gonzalez signed for me. Don't know who that is, but I wasn't here when it was delivered, but they left it anyway. So that was nice of them. But anyway, yeah, I got it about together. I'm gonna hook up the leads and give her a whirl. Wires fed through, put my little shield on, and see what happens. Oh, I gotta put my battery, finally get to use my cool ass welding hood, so matches my cool ass welding hat. Anyway, about to get started. All right, so I said I was going to weld today, and I am going to weld today. I'll hit this primer later. I think it's about dry, but did it dry a little? No, it's still wet. That rust treatment, it's taking a while to dry. But anyway, yep, I figured this would be the easiest spot. Just got this whatever cross member that goes under the floor pan where it ends right here. Clamped the sheet metal together. This is the rear floor pan, and got them level, and gonna put a few tacks in it, take the clamps off. Hopefully I don't like accidentally weld the clamps to it. Sure, I'll be better than that, but we will soon find out. So here we go. All right, let's see how this goes. Well, that looks like a fucking booger. Yeah, keep trying. Yeah, I don't know about that. Definitely think probably my metal should be a little closer together, kind of bridging a gap. It's pretty big, but I don't know. I think I'll make it work. We'll see. Well, that's all we can do. Take the clamps off, see what it looks like. Stayed in place. That's a plus. Yep. Try to weld it all the way across and see how it goes. Well, look at my first weld ever.
Yeah.
It's epic. Looks like bird doo-doo. That's what it's supposed to look. Like little droppings of like bird shit.
Maybe you should practice on something.
I am. I'm practicing on your car.
Okay.
It's not important. It's just where the seat goes right here.
Oh.
So yeah, but the passengers. So remember, no. You're on camera, so yes.
I don't think you can say that one.
I can't say no.
It's offensive.
It is, you're right. It is. You're right. Just there will be a max weight capacity in this car.
Okay.
Just let's say it like that. All right. So it's holding. Look at that.
There's like holes in the weld.
Yeah, I mean I'll just spot weld it. So I'll go back and fill in the holes.
You're supposed to do it with a steadier hand.
Well, I'm an expert now.
Did you watch a video on how to weld?
I mean, you know, got a family full of welders. It's
Maybe
kind of
you
like
should watch a video. At least learn like a technique.
I've learned some techniques. I watch shit tons of videos of people welding all the time. There's nothing to it. All right, back to work. Whoa, shit. Too much wire. Well, that definitely looks like shit. Let me do some grinding on it. See if it holds together. Probably not. I don't know. Might have my speed feed a little fast. Might try to turn the temperature up a little maybe. I don't know. It did burn through right there, so maybe I'm fine on the power. We'll see. Keep playing with it. Nothing a grinder can't fix. Alright, let's see how it looks after it's ground down. Not complete yet, but well, it stayed stuck together. That's good news. So some of the welds aren't great, obviously. But it is stuck here. There's probably the best part of the weld. I am going to turn the feed down because my wire kept kind of getting longer than it should have, or than I needed it to be, I guess I should say. This down here is sinking on this side. I'm going to try to get a longer pair of vice clamps and pick that up. Try to straighten that side up a little bit. Everything else looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's welded, so it is what it is. I like it. Okay, well, it has stayed together. I did a second pass earlier after grinding, and then ground again. I mean, it takes barely any grinding, these welds that I do. So beautiful. But I'm gonna weld a little more. Got some little pinholes we'll try to fill, and then try to fill up these little places where I drilled out for spot welds when I was moving the seat pedestal. I do think I'm just going to fill that crack. There is some really thin metal, a couple spots along here. It's good there, but like right here is thin. Cut that out. I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to fill these holes. Small ones, that'll be no problem. These big ones, I don't know. I might have to get like, I don't even know how. I guess I could hold a brass rod up under there. Don't have a brass rod, but if I did, I've seen guys hold brass behind it and weld it in place. But holy shit. Okay, the welder wanted to be on the ground. I'm sure that's good for it. Fuck. Alright. Well, it is on the ground now. Argon bottle's still standing. Let's do a little welding. Being a welder does make me feel like a badass. I can pretty much weld anything. Broken hearts to the crack of dawn. I believe that is the saying. Right. Yeah, that looks like shit. Alright, I'm gonna grind on it a little. And I think I got it about closed up. Looks pretty good. Got those spot welds there. Probably have to touch them up a little more, but probably good enough for now. So, well, I am about to have to quit for the day. I do have some family stuff to take care of this afternoon. But there's my first weld. Damn beautiful. I don't know. There's still some pinholes. I'm gotta go in, and my grinder ran out of battery, or else I would have smoothed that down some. Over here, the metal is too thin to weld, so I'm gonna have to cut some of that out and replace. You know, the metal is stuck together. It is not going anywhere. That is the intent. So, I mean, I did accomplish that. And I do have a nice level place, and my cross member is attached to the rear floor pan. So this is the passenger side. I've got that accomplished, and I am going to come in. I think I got you upside down. I do. Cameraman, there you go. I'm going to tack that strip in place next. Probably will, like I said, I'm going to trim around here, probably try to fit that little piece in. It does have a little curvature up here, so I'll have to actually do a little sheet metal work. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out how to weld all these holes up. Not sure what I'm going to do there yet. Not sure. Then I'll cut a little strip. Probably will spot weld this cross member to the bottom of that strip to get it up level, and a little piece there. And then after that, I will start fitting the floor pans in place. So that's it, a little bit of welding. Hopefully it goes faster than that. I did adjust my settings, and you can see like right in here, there, up here, the welds are looking a little better. Actually almost look like a weld. So yeah, I think I got my settings kind of dialed in. Speed's a little better, went up on the power some, and seemed to do a little better job. So anyway, yep, that's it. Get back on it tomorrow, maybe tonight, but probably tomorrow.